Hi dear students, I am your Srinivas sir from Sri Sai Sadbhavana School. So we have completed already two lessons in science. Okay, now we are moving to the third lesson, lifestyle of animals. Lifestyle of animals. What is the meaning of lifestyle? Lifestyle means how they live on the earth. What are they eating? Where they are living? Everything comes under this lifestyle. Everything comes under this lifestyle. What is the lifestyle of us? We are early morning getting, making some exercise, drinking some nourishes food, nourishes drinks, and eating the food and doing some work. That is our lifestyle. And taking rest in the night, exactly in the same time, that is in the night. So that is our lifestyle. All the animals have their own lifestyle. All the animals have their own lifestyle. Let us study what are their lifestyle. Lifestyle includes what the food they eat, what kind of food they eat. Okay, either they eat only plants, either they eat the flesh of other animals on which they depend and where they live. Either they live in their own homes or either they construct their own homes or how where they are living or they are living in the forest like that. So that is the lifestyle of animals. That is the lifestyle. In this chapter we will study the lifestyle of animals. I will read the lesson as usual. There are varieties of plants and animals on the earth. Animals found on the earth are very diverse in nature. Different creatures have different food and feeding habits, modes and locomotion and many other characteristics. Feeding habits. Like every living being, animals also need food to get energy and stay healthy. Animals differ from each other in feeding habits. Their feeding habits depend on the type of food they eat. Their mouth parts are also suited to the type of food they eat. First, I will explain up to here. There are varieties of plants and animals on the earth. As usual, when you see on the earth, there are so many types of plants and animals on the living on the earth. There are different kinds, from small creatures to big animals, small plants to big trees. So we can find all the animals and plants on the earth. Animals found on the earth are very diverse in nature. That means different. Not all the same. Not all the same. All are different in nature. Diverse means different. Okay. Different creatures have different food and feeding habits. That means if they are very different, so their habits also different. Their habits also different in feeding as well as eating the food, everything, depending on the food, everything. So modes of locomotion, that means walking, that means when they come out, all the animals come out in the day only. No, they come in, some animals come in night also. Some animals come in night also and many other characteristics also. So they have different characteristics. They are different in nature, so they have different characteristics. Next, feeding habits. Feeding habits means eating, how they eat, what they are depending. What is the meaning of feeding? That means eating the food. Okay. Like every living being, animals also need food to get energy and stay healthy. For what purpose we are eating the food? We are eating the food for growing as well as staying healthy. Staying healthy. Animals differ from each other in feeding habits. That means every animal differ from their feeding habits. That means some eat in the day, some eat in the night, and some sleep in the day and some sleep in the night. Like that, their food habits also different. Their feeding habits depend on the type of food they eat and their food habit, that depends upon what the food they eat. What the food they eat. Their mouth parts are also suited to the type of the food they eat. That means the mouth part, that is teeth, tongue, everything depends upon the what the food they eat. That already modifies what the food they eat. Okay, I hope you understand. Their mouth parts are also suited to the type of food they eat. Next, here first one comes rodents. First one comes rodents. I will read. Rodents, animals like squirrels, mice and rabbits are called rodents. They have sharp front teeth to gnaw at seeds and fruits. Next, land animals. Plant eating animals like a cow, goat, sheep, deer are called herbivores. Their teeth are well suited to eat grass and plants. They have sharp front teeth to bite the leaves and strong flat grinding teeth to chew their food. Animals like wolf, lion, and tiger eat the flesh of other animals. They are called carnivores. These animals have sharp, pointed, and curved front teeth to tear the flesh and strong grinding teeth to crush the bones. Animals like bear and dog eat both plants and flesh of animals. They are called omnivorous. First, we'll come to the rodents. Rodent means small animals. Here, very small animals, animals like squirrel, mice, and rabbits are called rodents. Which are the examples? Squirrels, mice, rabbit are the example for these rodents. Okay, they have sharp front teeth. Front teeth. That means their front teeth is very very sharp to cut the seeds and fruits, to gnaw the seeds and fruits, that means to grab, okay, to grab the seeds and fruits easily. Okay, they eat very very small amount of food. They eat very very small amount of food, that is mouse, squirrel and rabbits. Next we will go to the land animals. Land animals, plant eating animals. Which are the land animals? Plant eating animals like cow, goat, sheep, deer are called herbivorous. Herbivorous. Herbs means plants. Okay, herbs means plants. So vorous means eating animals. That is plant eating animals. Plant eating animals. For example, cow, goat, sheep, deer. These are all the examples for herbivorous animals. Their teeth are well suited to eat grass and plants. That means their teeth are modified to eat the grass, to eat the grass and other plants, to eat the grass and other plants, grass and plants. Okay, their teeth are modified to eat grass as well as the plants. They have sharp front teeth to bite the leaves. Sharp teeth. That means to cut like the scissors. Okay, cut like the scissors. So they have the strong teeth, front teeth, and chewing teeth, grinding teeth. In the last, they have the strong grinding teeth to grind their food. That means to chew the food. Chew the food into very very small pieces. For example, so this is about the land animals, that is herbivorous. That is about the herbivorous. Okay, cow, goat, sheep, deer, these are the examples, and what they eat is plants. They eat grass and plants. Next comes animals like wolf, lion and tiger eat the flesh of other animals. They are called carnivorous. They are called as carnivorous. Example, wolf, tiger, lion. These are all comes under this carnivorous. They eat flesh of other animals. Flesh of other animals. So they are called as carnivorous. They eat flesh of other animals. That means they depend on the other animals. They are called as carnivorous. These animals have sharp, pointed and curved front teeth to tear the flesh and strong grinding teeth to crush the bones. They have strong, sharp like that means to cut the flesh. They have like this, that is like strong, like a front they have curved. In the front they have curved to pierce the teeth into the flesh. To pierce the teeth into the flesh and drag it out. Okay. These animals have sharp, pointed and curved front teeth to tear the flesh and strong grinding teeth to crush the bones also. Because in the flesh, bones are present. So to crush that, they have strong grinding teeth. Strong grinding teeth. Animals like bear and dog eat both plants and flesh of animals. They are called omnivorous. Some animals eat both. They are called as omnivorous. They depend on, they eat grass as well as flesh of other animals. They are called omnivorous. Okay, for example, dog, bear, okay, even human beings also, they are called as omnivorous. They are called as omnivorous. How to understand? First one is herbivorous, eating grass and plants only. Next one, carnivorous, eating flesh of other animals with strong teeth. Okay. Next, omnivorous, eating herbivorous as well as the carnivorous. That means they are eating grass as well as the flesh of other animals. Okay. This is about the land animals, or yes, this is about the land animals, how they are herbivorous, carnivorous as well as omnivorous. Next we will go for scavengers. Scavengers. I will read. Animals like hyena and jackal feed on the flesh of dead animals. They are called scavengers. They help in keeping the forest clean. These tiger, wolf, lion, and they will, what they will do? They hunt the other animals. They hunt the other animals because they are very, very big. When come to this jackal and hyena, they are very small in construction. That means they are very, very small animals and they don't have the capacity of hunting the other animals. Hunting the other animals, what they will do? They will depend upon the carnivorous animals. That means the animals like tiger, lion, they will hunt some animals and eat some flesh and leave the remaining flesh. Leave the remaining flesh. On that flesh, these scavengers depend. These scavengers depend. They will go and eat that dead animals. They will go and eat that dead animals. So they are called as scavengers. For example, hyena and jackal feed on the flesh of dead animals. They are called scavengers. They help in keeping the forest clean. That means if the dead animals are there only, will get bad smell, and that area also get a bad. Okay, so they clean the forest. So they are called as forest cleaners. Forest cleaners, which are the jackal and hyena, or scavengers. We call them as scavengers. So this is about the land animals. Land animals, that is first one rodents. Second one is land animals, that is herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous as well as the scavengers. Okay, herbivorous depend on the plants, carnivorous depend on the animals, omnivorous depend on plants as well as the animals. Next, scavengers depend on the dead animals. Okay, I hope you understand this very well. Next, we will move to aquatic animals. Next, aquatic animals, whale and shark feed on algae, planktons and small fish. Carnivorous fish eat earthworms, larvae of mosquitoes, fruit flies and other fish. Herbivorous fish eat peas, cucumber and potatoes. Omnivorous fish are also known as mud eaters. They feed on algae and microorganisms. So same as in the aquatic animals also, same as the land animals. They also herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous fishes are there. Okay, first we will go for carnivorous fish. Whale and shark feed on algae, planktons and small fish. Okay, carnivorous fish eat earthworms, larvae of mosquitoes, fruit flies, and other fishes. So carnivorous fish, what they eat, the other fishes they eat, the small fishes. Okay, if they are very big in size, that carnivorous fish, they eat the small fishes. They eat the small fishes. Herbivorous fish eat peas, cucumber, and potatoes. Okay, what herbivorous fish eat? Peas, cucumber, and potatoes. So omnivorous fish are also known as mud eaters. They feed on algae and microorganisms. Algae, that means that is the plant. Okay. Microorganisms means small insects. So that is they are called as omnivorous fishes. They are called as omnivorous fishes. Okay. Once again I will explain. Whale and shark feed on algae, planktons, and small fish. Okay, they eat algae, planktons, and small fish. They are called as omnivorous because they eat both small fishes as well as algae, planktons. Okay, carnivorous eat earthworms. Carnivorous eat earthworms and leaves and larvae of mosquitoes, fruit flies, and other fishes. Fruit flies is also a fish. Fruit flies means the flies which come to sit on the flies. They eat that flies also. Okay. Herbivorous fish eat peas, cucumber, and potato. Omnivorous fish are also known as mud eaters. They feed on algae and as well as microorganisms. Okay. I will write here carnivorous fish depends on small fish, earthworms. Okay, omnivorous or herbivorous fish depends on peas, potatoes, and cucumber. Omnivorous depend on algae and microorganisms. So how the aquatic animals divided? Carnivorous fish, they feed on small fish and earthworms. They feed on small fish as well as earthworms. Herbivorous fish, peas, potatoes, cucumber. They eat these. Okay. Next, omnivorous eat algae as well as microorganisms. Algae as well as microorganisms. So this is about the aquatic animals, how they depend. Next we'll go for birds. I will read. Birds have beaks and claws to catch or eat their food. Some birds eat flesh only, whereas some others feed on plants and fruits. Eagles and vultures have strong and hooked beak to tear the flesh. Pigeon and sparrows have strong, hard, and short beaks to eat grains. Parrots have curved beaks to crack seeds, nuts, and fruits. Swallows have short and broad beaks to catch the flying insects. The woodpecker has a chisel-shaped beak to make a hole in the stem of the tree to find out food shelter. Find out food shelter. Next we will go to birds. Birds have beaks. You know very well. When you observe the birds, they have in front, they have the beaks. They have the beaks like this. Yes, beaks like this. Okay. Some birds eat flesh only. Here also same carnivorous and herbivorous. Carnivorous and herbivorous. Okay. They eat flesh only. Some birds eat flesh only, whereas some others feed on plants and fruits. Some other feed on plants and fruits. For example, eagles and vultures. Eagles and vultures have strong and hooked beak. Hooked beak means like the beak is like this. This is called as hooked beak. Okay. For what purpose? To tear the flesh. To tear the flesh like a hook. It fixes and tear the flesh. Pigeon and sparrow have strong, hard and strong, short beaks to eat grains. They have very, very short beaks, which are pigeons, sparrows, all these have short beaks to eat the grains only. They eat or they feed on grains. Parrots have curved beak to crack seeds. Parrots. Have you seen the parrots? We are seeing some fruits which are cutted or eaten by the parrots. Okay. To crack the seeds, nuts and fruits. Swallows have short and broad beaks. Swallows means they eat the insect full completely once in one time. Okay, just they swallow the insects. Swallow means you are swallowing the tablet like that. They swallow the insects one time itself. Swallows have short and broad beaks to catch the flying insects. The woodpecker has a chisel-shaped beak to make the hole in a stem of the tree to find out food shelter. That means the woodpecker bird, name of the bird is woodpecker. What it do? It will cut the wood. So it has chisel type beak to cut the tree. So it makes the holes like this in the tree to live in the trees or the stem of the trees. To live in the stem of the tree, it makes a hole and it gets shelter there only. Okay. So you understand what are the types of birds and what they eat. They depend on flesh of other animals as well as on the flies as well as on the corns, okay, seeds, fruits. Next we'll go for insects. Most insects feed on plants and other insects. Insects are important pollinators. They help flower, fruits, vegetables and other plants spread and grow. Most spiders eat only living or freshly killed food after trapping their prey in their web. Insects like butterfly suck the nectar of flowers. So insects, most insects feed on plants. All the insects feed on plants and other insects. Insects are important pollinators. They are the pollen transfers. Okay, in the first chapter you learned about the pollinators. In the first chapter we learned about the pollinators. So these are very, very important pollinators. They help flower, fruits, vegetables and other plants spread and grow. They spread the seeds also. And help them to grow. Most spiders eat only living or freshly killed food after trapping their prey in their web. Next, spiders. What the spiders eat? They make a web. In your homes also, somewhere they make a web, and if any insect will come and stick to the web, the spider will go and eat it. Okay, insects like butterfly, what they will do? They will suck the nectar. From the flowers. And helps in the pollination to form the seeds. So this is about the insects. That means they depend upon plants or on the flowers for their food. Okay, or small insects. For example, this spider depends on small flies. That means insects or flies, where it makes a trap, and in the trap some insects will stuck, so it go and eat. Okay, so this is about the food habit. This is about the feeding habits of the animals. This is one of the lifestyle, how they will feed. Next we'll go for breathing. Okay, breathing is the body's process of taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. In order to keep their bodies working, all animals need energy. Oxygen burns the food within their bodies and release energy for performing different activities. Mammals, reptiles and birds breathe through lungs. Air is taken in through nose and reaches the lungs through the windpipe. Mammals have 2 lungs, one on each side of the heart. The lungs are supplied with blood vessels. when the air reaches the lungs, an exchange of gases takes place between the air and the blood vessels. The blood in the lungs absorb oxygen from the air and gives up carbon dioxide. The air containing carbon dioxide is breathed out. The whale does not take its oxygen from water. It comes on the surface of water to take in oxygen from the air. Okay, so the next topic is breathing, that is lifestyle of the animals breathing. First one is food, second one is breathing. How the animals breathe? What is the purpose of breathing? We are taking in the oxygen for living purpose as well as the oxidation of food. Oxidation of food also, this oxygen is very, very important. So this breathing is very, very important for the all the animals. Without breathing, if any animal is found, say we will decide it as a dead. Okay, so breathing is very, very important for all the animals. Breathing is the body process of taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. What is that process? Taking in oxygen and breathing out the carbon dioxide. That is called as breathing. That means we are taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. That process is called as breathing. That process is called as breathing. In order to keep their bodies working, all animals need energy. So to work and to grow, we need energy. Oxygen burns the food within their bodies and release energy for performing different activities. That means we need oxygen. This is very, very important constant which is needed by our body. So oxygen is very, very important, which is present in the air. So we will take in the air and gives out the carbon dioxide. That means our body absorbs the oxygen. Which absorbs, I will inform now only. That means mammals, reptiles and birds breathe through lungs. That means these are the high level animals, that is mammals, reptiles and birds breathe through lungs. Breathe through lungs. We have lungs here. This side one, this side one. Okay. Air is taken in through the nose and reaches the lungs through the windpipe. Through the nose we are breathing in. That passes through the windpipe and reaches the lungs which are present inside our body. So from the nose we will take in, it passes through the windpipe and reaches the lungs. And reaches the lungs on the either side. Okay. Like this, they will reaches the lungs. The air reaches the lungs. Mammals have two lungs. Mammals have two lungs, one on each side of the earth. That means the earth situated in the center here. Okay, this side and this side, two lungs are there. Next, the lungs are supplied with blood vessels. What they do? The lungs are supplied with the blood vessels. When the air reaches the lungs, an exchange of gases takes place between the air and the blood vessels. When we breathe in, we are taking the full air. In that, nitrogen is there, oxygen is there, carbon dioxide is there, everything is there. We will breathe in. At that time, what they will do? They will filter the oxygen only separately. They will absorb the oxygen. Which? Lungs. Lungs absorb the oxygen and release the remaining gases out. They will release the remaining gases out while exhaling. At the time of exhaling, that means inhale, exhale. What we are breathing in is inhale. What is we are breathing out is exhale. Okay. At the time they will take, that means absorb the oxygen. They absorb the oxygen from the air. The blood in lungs absorb oxygen from the air and gives up carbon dioxide. The air containing carbon dioxide is breathed out. The whale does not take its oxygen from water. It comes on the surface of water to take in oxygen from the air. That means all the animals, that means mammals, depend on the air which is present in the earth, present on the earth. Okay, that means whale is also a mammal which comes out. That means it cannot breathe in, it is present in the water also. It comes for breathing purpose to the top. to the top of the water and breathe, and then it will go inside. Okay, so this is how the breathing. That means we'll breathe the air inside. Okay, it is passes through the windpipe. Passes through the windpipe. There are two pipes. One is food pipe, another one is windpipe. Okay, the opening is same here. The mouth and they have the same connection, nose and mouth. Okay, for that reason, if you close the nose also, it is possible to breathe us by the mouth. Okay, for that reason only we are telling while eating, don't talk. Okay, otherwise the food will jump to the windpipe. The food will jump to the windpipe or passes to the windpipe. It is very, very dangerous. So at the time of eating or drinking, so don't disturb any others. Laughing and or talking, it is very dangerous. Okay, while eating. So at the time of breathing, this air passes into the through the windpipe to the lungs, and there the exchange of gases takes place. Exchange of gases takes place. That means in our body, carbon dioxide is produced. So that carbon dioxide is supplied to the lungs from the throughout the body, and oxygen is absorbed. Okay, but how this exchange will take place? Blood done this. Which who do this? The blood. Blood do this. Okay, blood. What is the function of the blood? It transports food as well as the oxygen to all the cells of our body. All the cells of our body. Therefore, it is pumped by the heart. It is pumped by the heart. In the heart, it is pumping. So here, the exchange of gases takes place. Exchange of gases takes place in the lungs. Okay, so how this breathing occur in mammals? Next, fish breathe through gills. Fish breathe through gills. Fish are blessed with gills to breathe. The fish take in oxygen through their gills. At the same time, carbon dioxide in their blood is dispersed into water. Animals like crabs, prawns, and oysters have gills to breathe. So, how fish breathe? Fish has gills. Fish has gills which filter the oxygen which is present in the water. Same way. Okay. Crabs, prawns, and oysters also gills to breathe. Okay. Here, at the same time, carbon dioxide in their body is disappeared into water. That means the water plants, they absorb this carbon dioxide. Okay. Otherwise, the increase in the carbon dioxide is occur in the water, and the other animals will die. So to balance that, water plants are there. Water plants, what they will do? They absorb that carbon dioxide which is breathed out by the animals of the pond or water. Okay, so here the exchange of gases takes place inside the water only. That is through the gills. Okay, we will stop here. I will continue in the next class. Thank you very much.